Well, hi, everybody. For those of you who live around me in Colorado, you know that the snow fell again last night. A couple of days ago, we had it, and it dried up. I could see all the green backyard yesterday, and now we're back to inches of snow in the backyard. Kind of crazy, but that's kind of how it is in the springtime when you live in Colorado in the Rocky Mountains. It just happens. So we're dealing with that. But one thing that happened this morning is the internet. The internet just wasn't going to work. Actually, I'll just be honest with you, I have two internet options right now. The first one just wasn't giving us bandwidth, so we needed something because we need the internet right now. The kids are in school. I'm trying to do things like this. So we got one that involves a satellite dish that's been placed upon the roof a couple of weeks ago. And when I went to connect to this particular network this morning, wasn't connecting. Lots of errors coming up. I checked some of the technical things and wasn't happening. In my past, when I worked in the technical fields many years ago at a gas company down in Colorado Springs, we had sites who communicated to everybody else via satellite dishes. And one of the errors we got was saying, hey, there's something on your dish, go sweep it off, i.e., snow. So I was like, So I went out and I found a long 2x4. And fortunately, this dish is near the edge of the roof. So I was out there and kind of knocked on it and kind of scraped it and got snow all down my face and all in my jacket because it was falling on me. Uh, Came back into the house and guess what? I now have a signal. The snow was interfering with the signal. It's a dish. It's shaped like a cone, and it comes out and it has a point to it, and it couldn't get to where it needed to go to. A common occurrence actually with satellite dishes that need some things. So I had to go out there and literally knock the snow off so I could actually get internet. Uh, to do what I have to do this morning without interfering with the other internet in the house right now. Kind of a crazy situation. This isn't the best location for internet anyway, but we're trying to make do. But it really got me thinking about talking to you about things today. Sometimes in our lives, we put things in the way. Like there was snow on that dish and the signal wasn't getting in and it wasn't going out either. And I think we do the same thing. We put stuff in the way. We put our baggage in the way of our connection with other people and with God. Sometimes we say, well, because of the way I've lived my life and things, I'm just not a good person. Nobody cares about me, and we can go on and on. And we put this barrier between us and other people. So we're not able to communicate. We're not able to connect really at all. Sometimes we do this so good that we drive other people away. They don't even want to call us anymore because everything we have to say is negative and hurtful and just it's just all that. And many people don't want to deal with that on a day-to-day basis because we put all that junk in between us, right? And we do the same thing, I think, with God as well. We put that junk in front and we either blame God for every single thing in our lives or we just don't trust in God anymore because God didn't answer one or two questions that we had the way we wanted it answered. So we put stuff, we put junk in the way. So this communication just is not going to happen. I'm guilty of it. I know I am. Other people, I think we're all guilty of it. Sometimes we let things like forgiveness get in the way. I'm not going to forgive somebody for something, and it causes a huge barrier. And there's anger, and there's animosity, and there's hostility, and it's just to this one person. However, that tends to spill over into everything else, right? Somebody can just mention this person's name, and we just get all irate, and it just people see it. God sees it as well. But I think there was a solution to all of this stuff. And it's not an easy solution because I'm sure you've tried it before, but just maybe a reminder again that when we find that we are putting stuff in between us and other people, And again, we like to say, oh, it's all their problem and it's all their fault. But if we take an honest look at our lives, we probably have a fair share of what's going on with all that as well, right? Well, we get in the way. Our junk gets in the way, right? This whole forgiveness stuff gets in the way. And what we need to be doing is we need to be figuring out a way to go out and shake all that stuff off. Just like that satellite dish, I had to get that snow off, and boom, guess what? I'm communicating again. That's an easy fix, right? Get the 2x4, bang it a couple of times. Don't bang it too hard. So maybe we take a proverbial 2x4 and we shake this stuff down that's in our way, right? Maybe we take our hands and just move it out of the way. We can pick it up and we can throw it down to the ground and say, I don't need this in my way anymore, right? What I need in my life is the presence of God. What I need in my life is the presence of Christ. What I need in my life is able to hear the Spirit talking to me and giving the direction that I need, right? God doesn't put any barriers in the way. None. None at all. We do a good job of putting it all in the way. So I would encourage you this day to look at your life, man. And if there's something going on and there's baggage and you're finding this disconnect between people around you, ask God to take that away, right? Pick up the phone and you call somebody else and start that conversation. Hey, I miss you. It's been a while, right? Don't even bring up the other issues that are going on, right? Take all the stuff in your life and give it to God. The sorrow and the grief, give it to God so you can at least start communicating with God again. I know we all hurt at times and it's hard to talk to people, but open that up and start talking to God. Start listening to God. And those other relationships you have, those will start opening up as well because you're not holding all this baggage in between you and the other people as well. This is just what kind of came to mind this morning when I was just trying to get the internet working. When I saw that snow on that dish, and I realized I do the same thing, and many of you might do the same thing as well. But hey, we need to get through this together. Go to God with these things. Leave your burdens. God says, take my yoke, my burden is light, and you will be able to do this with God's help, okay? So just do this today. See how that changes today and tomorrow and maybe even the rest of your life. Well, that's all I got for now. You guys take care and you be safe, okay? We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.